Vibe Show 97.9, home of the most exclusive guest on the planet. Happy Thursday to everybody. Hope everybody had a blessed day. I had a day, I'm going to even say how my day was. It was terrible. I'm going to say that. But we are here right now. This is where the magic happens. Listen, tonight we have an amazing guest joining us on the show tonight. So y'all already know what to do. Keep it locked in. It's the Vibe Show 97.9. Yep, Vibe Show 97.9 back with another exclusive. Tonight we have a special guest joining us on the show tonight. We talk about beautiful. We definitely got to mention this person here. When we talk about amazing singing talent, we definitely have to mention this queen here. Modeling, we have to mention this queen right here. Actor and author. Basically, I guess a quadruple threat in this business right here, and such an amazing personality, such a beautiful person. I love her. I'm talking about the one and only Abraxas.
Hi guys.
What's up, Queen? What's going on? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Just enjoying that California sun.
I'm jealous. Enjoying the California. So you know what? The weather's actually starting to get a little bit good here, man. If we can get these storms under control, these tornadoes and tropical storms under control, I think we'll be in a good place.
Oh no, seeing a lot of times here in LA, we almost hope that we'll get a rainstorm once in a while because it never rains here. It's always just hot and dry.
So basically what you're telling me is Tony wasn't lying, huh? It never rains in Southern California.
It rains maybe once to maybe twice a year. And when it does rain, it's not like a thunderstorm. It's like a little drizzle. That's it. Like that's all we get.
Right.
That's why we have all those forest fires, unfortunately.
I know, huh? We got to have something. Look, I want to thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. We've been trying to do this and we are doing it. You've been so busy running around, got so many different amazing things going on, and we finally got this thing right. So thank you so much from me, the Vibe team, Vibe Promotions. We want to thank you so much for this amazing opportunity.
Of course. Thank you so much for having me on the show. I'm really excited and happy to be here.
Absolutely. Now, man, model, singer, songwriter, actor, author. I mean, that's a lot of hats that you are wearing right there. You know what I mean? So I just think that that's super amazing. Also, I love the fact that you're from Trinidad.
I am. Originally, I was born in Trinidad and Tobago. I came here as a child. I was raised in New York City. I was adopted when I was younger. So
Really?
yeah.
Wow. So the transition from basically an island to this city, this city where it's just so fast paced and so many amazing things going on. Let's start right there. Talk to me about your experience, like the transition from you.
Well, I came at such a young age, so it was easy to adapt. It wasn't like something that was, oh my gosh, this is so shocking because I was so young. I was a kid. Definitely different, of course, because coming from a country that still a big portion of it doesn't even have electricity to like one of the most cosmopolitan cities in the world.
Right.
Definitely eye opening. So I've grown up in the city. That's all I've ever known is being in Manhattan or from Manhattan, LA. So it's really interesting because like I have like friends who were just like, yeah, come visit, and I'll go visit like the suburbs, and I've even like lived in the suburbs for a little, and I just like it was so hard for me to do because it's just not what I'm used to. I'm from the city, so I think it's kind of a hard transition to be in any place that's not like fast paced.
Right, right, right. So basically, you're a chameleon. You can adapt to any environment, is what I'm gathering here.
To some extent, but I'll always miss being in the cities because that's where I'm like from is New York and LA.
Right, right. Talk to me about transitioning from New York to LA, because that's definitely a different transition right there, and some adjustments that need to be had to be made right there, because
Yeah.
in the city of angels, and land of the stars, people, I'm going to LA to make it or whatever. Talk to me about that transition there for you.
It was definitely a very daring transition. And I say that because I came to LA over 4 years ago. Well, now, yeah, November is going to be 4 years that I'm here. And I came to LA in April. So it's been 4 years and a few months for Coachella, which is in Palm Springs. But I came to LA for a couple of days and I went back and then I went to Palm Springs and I came back. And I remember while I was at Coachella, I looked at my friend, I was with my friend Emily and Misha, and I was like, I'm going to move to LA. And they were just like,
Right.
what? Because at the time in New York, I was living a very structured life. I was in corporate America. I had my future plan. I was working an excellent job with a 401k. And I was like, I'm going to move to LA and chase my dreams. And they're like, wait, what are you talking about? And I was like, if I don't do this, if I don't move there and pursue music and film, I'll be unhappy for the rest. I'll always wonder what if. And I
Mm,
don't want to have that wonder because I'm young and like I just if this is the time to like if there's any time to do it, this is the time. That was the time to move. So I went back to New York right after Coachella. All summer long, I just worked, continued to save. October packed all my stuff up, had it shipped November 1st, got on my flight and moved here. And ever since then, it's been a journey. It's been insane. It's been incredible. I've worked really hard. I've gotten into the right crowd, I guess I should say, that has helped accelerate my career and really opened my eyes to the world. And I guess I thought I knew what living was, living in New York. And most people want to move out of their
right.
towns and cities and move to New York. It took me leaving New York for me to really see what life is outside. So
Wow.
I kind of moved to LA and just started chasing my dreams and starting discovering who I am and getting more into my abilities and my creativity. And I focused on film and modeling for a while and just continued to write because I've always, like, ever since I was a kid, I would write. I'd write short stories, poems, in my journals. So I decided to write music. And my friends who have been pushing me and just I'm nothing without them here. They believe in me so much. We decided that I'm just going to go for it. And I'm going to come out with my single, which I did earlier this year. So it's been a journey and a good one to say the least.
Right. Absolutely. I totally agree with you on that. Now, I can't allow you to take me fast here. Now, I gotta go back a little bit, because I want
Go
my
back. Let's do it. Let's dig
want my listeners
in.
to be able to really get the meat and potatoes here now, because I don't want them, because a lot of people, they look at the now,
Mhm.
and they may think that the journey is happening right now, but it was a long journey, and you're still on that journey. um and I want people to be able to connect with that journey, because I think that your story is absolutely amazing.
Thank you.
Now let's go back to corporate America, because one would think that, having a successful career, that's pretty fruitful. To take that leap of faith like that, had to take a lot of courage, and I'm pretty sure that it wasn't just based off of going to Coachella. Had to be something that, had been in you for a while, as far as being inspired to want to get into the arts in some way, form, or fashion, whether it's via modeling, and then extending that even further into becoming an artist, singer, songwriter. It's not an easy journey. I want to talk about what inspired that, though, that thought and that feeling, because you could have made a great life in corporate America.
100%. So I grew up, like, I started modeling from a very young age. In high school, I was scouted and I started modeling. And in high school, I also did musical theater. So I've always been someone of the arts. My dad and I, we would always go to theater plays and Broadway. And I've just always loved the arts. I just never pursued it.
Right.
Because to some extent, it is a hard path.
Right.
It's a lot of times people don't make it, or it's just hard to be seen, or even financially for most artists, it's so hard. It's a struggle. So I guess that was always a fear. And I just continue to focus in my life. At a young age, very young age, I met whom I thought was the love of my life. I got married. And after about 5 years, my husband and I decided, well, I asked for a divorce because I wasn't happy.
Right.
And I think within that time frame, it was a year, I was working in New York in corporate, and I wasn't happy because I was a year out of my marriage. I was trying to say that I'm happy going to work every day. And at the time, I was director for my department. I was director of operations. And
Oh, wow.
to me, that was such an honor because I was 25.
Really?
I was the youngest director in the company's history. All the directors were in their 50s and 60s. And I worked my way up, and the CEO believed in me and she promoted me. So I was a director, I was making good money, but I just felt like I was sitting at my desk. I'd go to work every day and I'd get the same work done. And yeah, it's rewarding to help people, but at the same time, I wasn't happy,
Right.
like in my life. So, and I didn't think to go into the arts. I didn't. It took me coming to Coachella just for the weekend with friends. Like it was just a weekend thing to come here. And when I was at Coachella, the vibration of music and seeing performers on stage, and just knowing that deep down inside, and I don't mean to sound in a cocky way, but I'm so talented because I'm not just a singer. I'm a dancer. I'm a performer. I've danced for over 10 years. I used to be part of a dance company in New York called Ballroom Bass. So
Big company. That's a big company.
Yeah, so I've danced for quite a few years, and I think when I was at Coachella, I was just like, what are you doing?
Like, what am I doing? Huh?
You're so talented. Why aren't you giving this the best shot? And
Right.
I get it, because I was scared. Like, I was afraid to take that leap and leave my cushion job and leave my life to enter the arts, because especially in LA, everybody moves here.
Right.
It's so competitive, and it can
Right.
be very discouraging sometimes. But if you don't believe in yourself and you don't push yourself and believe that A, you're going to make it, and B, what sets you aside, what makes you different from everybody else, then you're just always going to be unhappy. So it took me being unhappy with my job and fresh out of a divorce to really want to start over. And when I moved to LA, I moved here alone. I didn't know anyone. It was a fresh start for me. So
Wow.
yeah, it's been scary.
Right. Hey, I definitely can relate. The thing that I like about that, what you just shared, was so many people are in that place that you just mentioned right now, with with not being happy, because sometimes money is not everything. you know, if you don't have that inner happiness, you know, to go along with it. And like you said, you know, you could have made you know, was having a fruitful life, minus going through, you know, a divorce and stuff like that. Um, that had to be a build up in order to get to that point to want to separate, because I'm pretty sure you gave it all you had to try to make it work.
No clue.
You know what I mean? I definitely can relate and understand that. I just think that it's dope that you was inspired, you know, just by being able to go to Coachella. That really pushed you over the edge. Like, you know, just being there, it is a different type of energy
I
being
just knew that I
there.
had to be on stage. Like after seeing the performance and seeing all the producers and just seeing everybody, I was like, I have to do, like I want to be up there, and I know I can be up there. I just have to work for it and push
Right.
myself.
I love that. I love that. Um, Now, you were successful in the modeling world as well, which I absolutely love all of your pictures. I
Thank
just
you.
think that, you know, everybody's not really built for it. You know, you can be beautiful, but, you know, once you, if you can't transform the camera, you know, I just don't think that it's not for everybody. And I think that you have captured that with every photo I feel like speaks a different story within the images and the way that you're posing.
Thank
um
you.
Probably could have went farther with that as well, even though that all ties in to your branding as well. Talk to me about the modeling life, because for people that's listening that may not understand, you know, which seeing the after effects of seeing these beautiful, gorgeous pictures and all this, oh, that's cool, but it's also a lot of work that goes into being a model as well. Talk to me about your experience for over 10 years as a model.
Yep. I started modeling in high school. Um, I think, like you said, a lot of people think that they could be a model. You can just go in and because you're beautiful, you're a model. Modeling is an art. Being being a model is being someone's muse,
Right.
because someone's entrusting you to represent their clothing, represent their cosmetics, represent their brand. You're not just there to be beautiful. You're there to
Right.
represent that designer or that cosmetics line. So to me, modeling's always been an art. How can I feel this product and make it everything that the designer wants, but at the same time, my art, my creativity.
Mm,
So I guess from a young age, when I first started modeling, I didn't really necessarily know that, because as a younger model, especially as a teenager, you're just kind of pushed into this world. So
right.
you start out, but the more you grow and the more you discover yourself and the more you discover how it works, it's either you transform and you become a model that people desire, or none, either. So um, it's been amazing, and I just had my publishing with Harper's Bazaar, which was amazing.
I love that one too.
Thank you.
I thought that that spread was, it was dope.
Thank you. That was such a, not only an accomplishment, but the day of shooting that was hell. Like
Right.
I had to wake up at 3 a.m. Felt like our agency picked me up, took me to Palm Springs to shoot. We were shooting in like 117 degrees weather
Wow.
all day for like 15 hours. My phone crashed because of the heat. It didn't work. Um,
Really?
my boyfriend and I were fighting at the time. It was just one of those days where it was awful. And that's the
Fighting.
thing. So I didn't know what that photo was for. And
Right.
then about a month ago, my agent calls me and he's just like, put your phone on speakers. I'm like, sure. And he sends me the photo and he's like, congratulations, you made it on Harper's Bazaar. And I kind of just like lost my mind. So it was so worth it to see myself. And I think for me, it was such an accomplishment, not because it's only because it's Harper's Bazaar. It was sentimental for me when I was, I think, 14.
Right.
I went to visit my mom at work. My mom at the time worked for the CEO of American Eagle, and on the coffee table there were four magazines. Harper's Bazaar, Vogue, Elle, and Cosmopolitan.
Mm-hmm.
And I remember looking at Harper's Bazaar and I pointed at it and I was like, Mom, someday I want to be on that. And she's like, maybe you will. So waking up a month ago and seeing myself on Harper's Bazaar was just crazy
Everything.
and such an accomplishment. I cried.
Yeah, yeah. Congratulations on that, man. That feeling alone to have a vision and then actually accomplish that vision and that goal. I just think that right there as alone is inspiration right there, which further lets you know that we can do anything that we want to do that we put our minds to. So definitely congratulations on that. Let me ask you something though. You know, talk to me about some of the challenges, when you made that decision to pursue the arts and being in the entertainment business. Talk to me about some of the things that you learned that because we still are on the outside looking in, trying to look in. But once
Yeah.
you get in, we find that it's a little bit different. Talk to me about some of the challenges that you may have faced in the earlier stages of transitioning from corporate and then actually getting in the business.
Well, I think moving here and having this ideal that I'm going to be an actress and a musician and it's going to be so easy
Right.
um, is inaccurate because even still today, as a woman of color in this industry, it's hard. And it's
Right.
hard because sometimes, like, I'll audition for a role and I'll be so close to getting it, but I won't because some white young woman got the role. And it's just kind
Right.
of, there's always been that struggle of being colored and just, um, so that's been kind of a challenge a little. And I don't know, I think I've managed to overcome that and help break boundaries and stereotype and just really stay true to myself and follow my dreams. And I think that on its own has helped some of my fans and followers to just believe in themselves and push themselves and see that you can do this. And by being diligent, by dreaming big, by breaking those stereotypes and boundaries, the more we do it, the more people that do it, the better of a chance that we have to change the way the industry is and how social media and society look at us.
Right. You know, from just from experience and from different people that have graced the platform, kind of all say the same thing, kind of in a way that you got to have somewhat of some tough layers, meaning skin, when entering into business, especially as a woman in a male dominated industry, especially a woman such as yourself, blessed with organic beauty. um, that's just what it is. We cannot, we have to say what it is. I mean, you are absolutely gorgeous, blessed with that beauty.
Yeah.
um and but being blessed with that beauty as well, being in this type of business can also create problems for you as well. Talk to me
100%.
about some of those things or some of those challenges in that space where you had to be like, nah, I don't rock like that, or no, or something that wowed you, where you was like, yo, wow, I gotta really like keep my guards on super. Everybody's not cool like that. Like, you know what I mean? Talk to me about that.
Um, Couple things about that. I think thing one that like instantly came to my mind is one of my biggest reasons for wanting my career to thrive and wanting to build my platform is on my social media. I'm very every one of my photos it's that I post. It's not just a photo that I post. There's a reason for posting it, and I always
Mm,
talk about why I'm posting
I figured that.
um, and just different reasons of accepting yourself. And I think in today's society, social media has just corrupt and ruined an entire generation, Gen Z, and partially um, millennials.
Yeah.
It's kind of told us that we need to look a certain way. We need to be a certain way. We need to get our lips done, our nose done, our body done. We need to look like the Kardashians. We need to talk about the Kardashians. It's just made us feel like we have to be a certain way. And on my social media, on my Instagram, I'm always like promoting self-worth and
Right.
loving
You're
and
an advocate for that.
acceptance. Because at the end of the day, like when we go home and we go to bed and there's nobody around and there's no lights, no cameras, no people to gas you up, are you going to bed with that superficial bitch that looks in the mirror and constantly
Right.
keeps makeup on? Or are you going to bed and are you going to be happy to lay in bed with the person that's inside?
Wow.
Like, so I think I use my social media to promote that sense of worth, that sense of beauty that's on the inside. And I've had so many people say, well, easy for you to say because you look like that.
Right.
And to me, it's hurtful because I work my ass off.
Right.
I go to the gym all the time and I do it for me. I do it for my health. I do it because I want to do it for me, not because I feel like I have to do it for somebody else or what the world wants me to look like. B, just like every other girl, I struggle with my insecurities and I try to show that on my social media and I try to show that Instagram's not always real. Like most
Right.
of it is a Photoshop or a filter. Like, and if we continue to live our life thinking that what we see on social media is real, we'll never progress and we'll continuously be in this bubble of superficial beauty. So there's that. Another thing is dealing with just like being put in certain situations where I have to audition for a role and
Mhm.
I have to fight against others, whoever it may be, but then coming down to being a finalist for it and having to meet with certain producers or directors, it almost feels sometimes like, why am I here?
Right on.
Is this because you want to take this further, or like, is this about my talent? So Hollywood has kind of jaded me a little with its superficial outlook, but I
Right.
continue to promote what I believe in and want to help our generation to progress and accept themselves more.
Right. Very well put. Let me ask you this: with thinking like that, and being that way and standing on your morals and principles, do you think that having that type of mindset makes the journey a little bit more difficult in the business?
To some extent, but I think if anything, it gives me clarity more than anything else to be me and
Right.
accept who I am and love myself. Because the moment I start getting lost and start getting caught up in something I'm not, then I'm like, why am I here? What am I doing? Because if I'm not myself, what am I trying to give to the world?
Right.
Aside from my talent, how am I using my talent to create a change or be different?
Right. That's dope. That's really, really dope. The thing that and you said something I thought that was key with social media and the millennials and a lot of the things that we are seeing right now. It is somewhat sad in a way because it's like, when you log on and like I say, no knock to anybody that's trying to do their thing or whatever the case may be. But I do think that it's Instagram is on overload as far as with women. I just think that it's more than just being on there, maybe half naked or I just think it's like Instagram has turned into I don't know how if I should say this, but you know where I'm going at.
No, I know where you're going.
It's just I just feel like it's weird. Like, I just think that, the representation of what's being pushed out in the front as far as for the younger girls that's coming along, it's like this narrative, get the bag, this, that, and the other, or whatever, like you are one of a few that's actually trying to push the envelope, push something different, saying, hey, you can do this, or it doesn't have to be that. But it's really on overload with, hey, get the bag, sexing for this, sexing for that, this, that, and the
Yes,
other,
yeah.
whatever.
It's not just about the young girls. It's like younger men as well. Like I see on Instagram, it's like,
Right,
first of all, a lot of these young men and women, Gen Z, look like grown ass 24, 25 year olds. And I
right.
look on their page and I'm like, you're 16.
I know, right?
Why are you fully painted? Why do you have a full face of makeup on? Why do you have full 6, 8 packs and look like you're 24? Like to me, it's just like enjoy your childhood, enjoy being a kid because like people want to grow up so bad. They forget to young people because they see that's what social media is instead of like
Right.
genuinely enjoying your childhood and enjoying being a teenager and like I couldn't fathom it. I could like when I was that age. I mean, granted, I started modeling at a very young age, and I grew up much faster than most kids because I grew up in New York City. But I still enjoyed being a teenager, and I don't like. It's just social media is today. It's just the young men and women grow up way too fast. They're not accepting and appreciating their childhood, and it's giving them this sense of hope that they're all going to be stars and they're all going to make it. They're all going to
Right.
be an influencer, and that's not how it is. Because if that's the case, then you know we won't have social media anymore.
Right. I mean, it's facts, facts. Let me ask you this too. With how do you, Alexa, how do you separate yourself mentally um, from the expectations of the industry? How do you turn it off, Alexa, the entertainer, the model, the singer, the actor? How do you mentally disconnect to turn it off for some downtime for you? Or, because they'll have you on go, 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 go. We need you here, we need you there, we need this, that, and that's how you can get lost in the celebrity of it all. But it seems like at this point you have control of the wheel.
Mm-hmm.
But talk to me about some of the ways for anybody that may be feeling like they lose control of the wheel sometimes and want to regain control of the wheel. Like, I'm tired. I just want to just kind of, disconnect a little bit and revive mentally. Talk to me about that, to not fall in that mental depression stage, because it's weird because, on the outside, we see the celebrities and man, they're doing it, they're living amazing, all of this stuff that's being polarized or whatever. And then, we see celebrity dies in the hotel, drowned in the bathtub, overdosed or whatever. We're like, dang, they had everything. Like, wow, like I thought they were living an amazing life. That's what we seen. They had the house, the cars, the on movies, commercials, this, that, and the other, whatever. What do they have to be depressed about?
Mm-hmm. Well, the past few months for me has been go, 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 go.
Right.
Uh, I think a lot of times with or like big celebrities, they go through these depressions because again, they're told that they have to do this, go here, go there, look this way. You're constantly booked, you're constantly having things to do that they get depressed and they see things in the media that bring them down. So it makes them more depressed. They feel like they have to do drugs or constantly be drunk to numb that pain.
Right.
Um, Honestly, for me, a big like downtime thing for me, I love nature so much. Like anytime I can be on the beach or in the woods, I'm there. Like I'm such an earthy person. You'll never know that.
Right.
You'll never know that. Being a model and being in the industry, you'd never look at me and think, oh, she likes a good hike. But
Right.
I do, or even camping. Like I love anything
Really?
nature, and I have like certain friends who love that as well. And one of my best friends, Christian Holmberg, like whenever I start getting like that and I start getting depressed, he'll drop what he's doing. He'll fly here and he'll grab my ass and we'll go camping. Like, and I have that outlet. And another outlet I have is academics. I have always been very like into knowledge and learning. So I literally will just start doing research on different things and I'll shut my world off. I'll shut my life off. I'll watch documentaries. I'll do research on astrophysics, on quantum physics, on history, like things that I really enjoy. And it's a good way for me to step back and do something that I love and focus on something that's not drowning my headspace to where I can't create.
Right. And I'm pretty sure that that also enhances your writing ability, and those concepts can flow with being able to in those spaces where it's relaxing. It's not everything going on around you. It's just nature. It's just relaxing. And I'm
Mhm.
pretty sure you do your best writing in those spaces.
I really do. I like whenever I get out of the city, I do. I That's one thing that I love doing is just sitting in the woods and writing and just reconnecting. To me, nature is such a great way to reconnect with yourself and reconnect with our planet, and kind of remind ourselves that this is our home, this is
Right.
our planet. And again, with social media and with just LA and how superficial it can get, we forget and we take for granted our planet all the time,
Right.
and the destruction that's going on that we've done, that we don't even see being done because politicians pay over people to stay quiet about it. So I think um, it really inspires me to also be there and reconnect and try to want to help make a difference when it comes to stuff like that. I used to volunteer a lot with Greenpeace and help with the ocean cleanup and coral.
Wow. That's amazing.
Again, like that's another.
Wow.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, I said that's another outlet for me is volunteering, because being able to give back and not focus on my life is it's good. It's good for the mental health. Helping others.
Right, right, right. Now you got a big single out right now. Like You,
Mhm.
which I absolutely love. It's doing amazing on our station. It's being heavily requested since we've had the song in the mix. It's worked its way up to an A slot rotation. So by being requested so much, so we hoping that it could chart. It
It'd be
keep on
amazing.
being requested that much. Listening to that song, I feel like it comes from a personal space. It's not just one of those songs that was just written because it was a cool song and you got the writing ability to be able to write cool songs, but I really felt like it came from a personal space. Talk to me about the space that Like You comes from.
Like you, I wrote Like You for my ex.
Oh my God.
I'm proud of it. I'm very
Right,
proud of the
right,
song, because at the time, I'd said to him, like, we got into this conversation. I'd said to him that, like you, like, every girl wants a girl like him.
right.
He's talented, he's smart, he's funny, he's hardworking. Um, so I've always wanted someone like you. And I
Mm,
just kind of got into my feelings and wrote Like You. I recorded it, not knowing where it's gonna go, if it was gonna do well, but I just wanted to release it because I wrote it from my heart about someone that I cared about.
right. Now, does he know that that song's about him?
He does, and he used to be very proud of it.
Wow. Isn't it funny though? We never can see the end game. I guess if we had the vision and the answers to everything, I mean, I guess we have the perfect life, but that just don't exist in this world that we living in. We have to go through these experiences. Um, and it's funny how people can inspire you to write some of your best songs. I mean, so definitely shout out to him for being the inspiration for Like You, because it's definitely a banger. I was just saying, I mean, it is. Um, upon recording Like You, talk to me about the experience, how Alexa records. Talk to me about the studio feel for you going in there recording a big record like that.
Yeah, I think I wrote it. I went over a couple of times with my manager. We changed a couple things, a couple lyrics, went back and forth, and then I went into the studio. I recorded it, went back, did a little bit of like pieces and changed things around. Um, and really, I mean, the engineer on just did such a great job with it, and I liked it. My manager liked it. The engineer did, like I said, did a really good piece. So it was really easy. song to record. It wasn't very hard because I knew what I wanted with it, and I kind of just went in and did my things and did my ad libs, and it was a definitely a good time. And going back to the song about the person, I think it was just such a good learning lesson.
Right.
After writing the song, and I don't regret like the song at all, because in reality, even though it was about someone and that person and I not together, I still want someone like that, you know? So I'm excited for the new song, which is kind of a sequel to Like You.
Uh-oh. I didn't know that. It's a sequel?
Kind of a sequel. I'm psyched about it. You talk about it, I feel like.
Yeah, I definitely want to talk about but I mean, do we want to give we don't want to give too much away, but so now we got the sequel to Like You, which is I'm sure about the same person. Now, would this be the end game of it, or like what's the vision here?
So after our breakup, I started seeing that a lot of Like You, he wasn't that person. Like, it was all smoke and shadows. It was all fake. It was just for the time being, just to get me. Like, he actually was not.
Oh, he played that card.
He played that card very well. And I think I was really, really hurt because this is someone that I love dearly. And we talked about our future. I met his family. I went to his family's ranch. Like, we were getting very serious. So I was hurting a lot when we first broke up. And at first, I didn't see all of that. And I think being in such a vulnerable place, like, I didn't know what to think. I was just broken. And I came back to LA and I listened to a few instrumentals. And the one instrumental that I listened to, the last one, instantly a melody came to me and I just started writing. And turns out that I wrote, I think it's a really, really good song. I can't wait for it to drop next week. But essentially what it is, it's basically me calling out all the bullshit of that person. And calling out the, like, being real. That wasn't actually like you. You weren't actually that person. So
you was full of shit.
Yeah. I'm an artist. I'm just writing from my heart. I can't help it. So, Insecure, which is going to be out next week, is basically me talking about
basically exposing.
I'm exposing. I'm basically like, I've just vented my feelings and exposed the fake, superficial bullshit of that relationship, and kind of like wanting my fans to tune in and see that, like, if you're in that kind of relationship, like, watch out.
Okay. So we're gonna have we have to have a cool visual with this one.
Oh, for sure. I've already been storyboarding and planning with.
Oh Lord, we're gonna get we're gonna get the visual to go along with it. So we're gonna be able to tie all that up together to be able to see the storyline. Wow.
Oh, there's definitely a storyline, because then next month I have another single coming out called Red Flags.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, you really cooking over there.
Oh, for sure. I'm just like, again, I'm going off my creativity, my feelings. And I think a lot of times when we get into either, it doesn't always have to be a relationship. It could be a platonic friendship with some people, but we love those people so much that we're almost blinded by some of the terrible things they do. And we don't see these red flags because we love them and we want to believe that they're better and they can do better. Instead, we don't see that it's red flags and we're being taken advantage of. So red flags is kind of a way that I pulled red flags from my relationship and from friendships, that I hope when people listen to that song, that they can be like, oh my gosh, that's such a red flag that I have in my friendship or my relationship. That can help them come to those realizations as well. So,
man, that's a dope concept right there. I like that. I can't wait to hear that one as well. Now, as with being beautiful, you know, do you think that it makes it more complicated in a way for you? Because on the outside, one would be looking like wow, like who would mistreat a woman as gorgeous as yourself? Seems like she has a sweet personality, down to earth, not bougie at all, just not all celebritied up and all that stuff like that. You are really, really a great person, which is why I wanted to connect with you and bring you on
You.
my platform. Um, but it seems like a commonality in a way, like women such as yourself, Halle Berry's. It seems like a struggle in a way
Oh, it
to
is.
talk to me about that space.
It's a huge struggle, and it's something I've struggled with for a long time. And my dad would say when I was younger, it's going to be hard for you to like find the right guy because you're very intimidating. Guys are intimidated by you, girls are intimidated by you.
Hmm.
And I think for me, I just never really understood that because I'm such a like outgoing, nice person. I'll talk to anyone. Like
Right,
I'm just, I don't know. Like I didn't really get that because I'm like I'm just chill. Like why would you
right.
be intimidated? Why would you be afraid? And one of his big reasons for why we ended things because I was too perfect. And at first I
What?
was like, that's a bullshit ass answer. But
Right.
when I think about it, and I see his choices that he's made post breakup, I get it. There's like some
Mm.
underlying issues that he has that he couldn't be with someone who's successful, who's from a big city, who has a 4-pack. Like he just couldn't be with someone that he was very jealous. And when people would look at me, it would affect him type of person. So
Wow.
I think that like that was a big part of that. And even his mom said to me, you were perfect for my kid, but that is his own problem. He missed out, you know? So,
Right.
and I think going back to what you said, it's hard because people are intimidated and I don't understand. So it can be hard for dating. It can be hard for even making friends because girls are, it's either they're insecure or they just feel like they need to size up.
Right.
And I don't understand that concept. So I don't know. I've just struggled a bit with it.
Right. Right. You know what I think we just pondered up? We just pondered up yet another title for a song. Perfect. What you think?
Perfect. I like that.
Like, think about it. Think about it. Now, the title alone is going to spark conversation because people are going to look at you. If we base the title off of the way that you look, they're going to automatically prejudge and be like, oh, yes, this song, she thinks that she's perfect, but you're not talking about you being perfect. You're talking about what
I
we just
love
talked
that.
about, the struggles of what women suffer from who may be organically gorgeous and might not have to have the nose job or all the extra enhancements and embracing the struggles that you go through being a beautiful woman, having organic hair and the whole nine, and feel good about yourself and like to keep up with yourself and take care of yourself, work out and all this stuff. I think that would be dope.
I think that'd be a really good song and to add in there like what people's ideal or image of perfect is.
Exactly.
I love that. I think I'm gonna do that. It's a great concept.
Please do that. I'm
Be
telling you,
ready
that
for
is dope.
perfect. It's gonna be in my December album.
And just imagine how the visual could be. You could be really showing these images of, like, you know what I mean? Like, you would think that it's like the perfect situation, perfect relationship, this, that, and the other, but then it's like, the guy, just like how you broke it down, it could actually be like how what you just broke down about how he described why he wanted to disconnect or whatever the case may be, because you were perfect.
Mhm.
I think we own to something.
I think we're
I
definitely
think
on
you could
something.
put,
I
I
love
think you
the
could,
idea.
yes. See, I put something on your mind. I do this. I see this whole vision, and it would be super amazing because nobody has done that. You'll be the
Mhm.
first person to do that. And then that title alone, that's going to open up dialogue for interviews and stuff like that. When people start interviewing you and asking you, they're going to want to talk to you about this song, Perfect.
Yeah.
What's the concept behind, like, this was just genius to even come with, because I thought that it was you talking about you being perfect, but you just broke this down. Wow. I just think that's dope.
Anyone who's watching, I'm gonna copyright it. Don't even think about it.
Facts. Facts. You know what I'm saying? We sending the paperwork over right now, baby. Don't try it. You know what I'm saying? I love
Yeah,
that.
I
I
love
love
that
that.
idea. I think it's really good, and it's also a good way for me to continue to just get into my writing and go with it.
Absolutely. When it comes down to production though, how do you select tracks? Like do you go in and you just sit back and you take time to just kind of listen to tracks, or people send you tracks, or how does that formula work? How involved
So
are
far,
you
it's
as
my
far as
manager. He's
production?
like sent people with different tracks for me to listen to, and I kind of just go from there and see who I want to work with, and yeah.
Ah, okay. So it kind of goes like that, and you see what track kind of gives you that organic feel that automatically sparks ideas, and then that's something that you try to work with.
Well, yeah, that's what I do. I listen to the track, and then I start going from there. Come up with a melody, feel the track, feel the instrumentals, feel the beats. Come up with a melody, and when the melody starts, I start writing, and then I'll go back and forth on my writing and switch words up, switch lines up, and it's a whole creative process that I love. Like I love to be able to just put those emotions onto paper and into words and go from there. So
Right. You know what I think too is dope, which is another bonus that you bring to the table. Um, you can cook. You love to cook, and talk to me about that because I'm saying like you got everything going, and then the added bonus can throw down in the kitchen as well. Come on, how you walk away from that?
food is right. Food is one of my outlets. I think being able to cook and share it with my friends and watch my friends enjoy it is such a great feeling. I also love food. Like I love to cook, whether it be American cuisine, French, Italian,
Right,
Caribbean. I love to cook and I love to bake. And again, it's just that feeling of watching people enjoy my baked goods or my dinners or lunch is such a good feeling. So I know I love to cook and I love to eat.
right,
I
right.
eat a lot. Might not look like it, but I eat a lot.
Come on. Now you've been moving around a lot. You've been flying everywhere, back and forth. You got some deals that's on the table here, which I'm super excited about. Talk to me about these label situations, and how do you know, in a way, what's the best label to call home?
Yeah, so I guess I'm just kind of shopping around right now, seeing what's out there and seeing what I'm comfortable with. And um, I've just met with a few different people, and I'm interested in one particular. So I'm flying back to Nashville soon, uh, within the next couple weeks to meet with the label again and see how I work with some of their other artists and see what the creativity is like. And we'll go from there. I'm not making any rash decisions or jumping ahead just yet because God knows if something here in LA can pop up as well and it's a better opportunity or a better vibe. So I'm just taking my time with music coming out because I want to have more music out before I officially make that big leap. So that's what
Right.
I'm doing, putting myself in my creativity and meeting people and seeing what happens. Really.
How does it feel like being in that's got to be an exciting feeling though, even having opportunities on the table because so many different artists put in so much work and would do anything for that position and opportunity just to even have a label even interested in them at all. Talk to me about how that feels for you.
It almost feels like it isn't real because it's just like I only have one single out. I'm brand new in the music industry. So to be stirring up that talk a little and even to be here on your show today is just such an honor and be able to put my music out and hear myself on the radio. It's mind boggling. And I'm so grateful for that. And one of my friends actually, we talked about that and how much of an accomplishment that is because so many people who've lived here for 5, 10 years, who's been trying, haven't even gotten to that point yet. So
Right.
I think I'm grateful for all of it. I will never let it get to my head, and I'll continue to just like be humble with the entire process of creating and meeting people.
Right. That's good. So, you just make sure that because you're definitely heading to the moon with your career.
Yeah.
Just don't forget about us little people
Never.
uh, when
I
you
never forget the
get on
people
the moon.
who helped me advance, or just like people in my life in general. I'm very humble, and I try to always be that way and try to always be kind and never let things get to my head, because the moment I do, it's like you get lost and you get carried
Right.
away, and
Because
there's nothing to get.
I'm gonna be at Coachella at the gate trying to get in, and I'm gonna be like, "Hey, yo, um, tell Alexa that
Lies. I will
Kano's
make
out
sure to
here."
send
And
you
I'm gonna
artist
be walking
tickets.
in, Kano the Don. I'm here to see Alexa. I don't want to be roughing me up. Like, man, get the hell out of here, man. She
You'll
don't know
have
you,
your
man.
artist tickets months in advance.
Ooh. I don't want the bouncers to be bouncing me up out of there. Let's just say she don't know no damn Kano the Don. Get the hell up out of here, little guy.
Fingers crossed, it'll happen. I know
Oh
it'll
yeah,
happen.
it's definitely gonna happen. I'm telling you, it's gonna happen. We are already claiming it already. It's already claimed. You're already heading in that. You're on the path already. It's just about timing and making sure it's the right situation. You know what I mean? Because we got a whole list of examples from previous artists that has been in the game and has paved the way and went through the trials and tribulations for people like yourself, and have left a blueprint of things to watch out for when looking at these deals and contracts and stuff like that or whatever, being able to understand the language in these contracts or whatever. So you're in a great position, and I'm very proud of you.
Thank you.
You work hard, and you put the work in, and
Yeah,
you
I
deserve
appreciate that.
everything that you're getting.
I have such a great team that I love to death, and it's my group of best friends. It's my manager. So I'm really grateful to have them to guide me, to have them to help me, to support my creativity. So, yeah.
With that being said, let's go on before we wrap up and give your team, your friends, your fans. Let's give them their roses right now. Let's give a shout out to all of the people that you have love for, that you love. Let's shout these people out and show them some love.
100%. My first and foremost, my mom. She's one of the most incredible people on this planet that I know. I would not be the woman I am without her. I would not have the strength that I do, the mindset that I do. So, to my mom, Kendra, I love you so much, and thank you so much. To my best friends here, Murray, August, Nick, JJ, Hunter, I love you guys, and your support, your foundation to help me to continue to grow is beyond me. To Bill Diggins, one of my dear friends and a manager in the industry, thank you so much for always being there. And to Adrian, for believing in me, for pushing me, and for being a great manager so far. Thank you. And I love you guys. And to all my friends, my family, thank you for your support. And thank you for constantly believing in me that I can do this and that I will achieve greatness.
Absolutely,
And
definitely.
thank you so much for having me on the show today.
Come on, you're part of the Vibe family. We had to have you on here. Are you serious? Come on now. You know what time it is. Me and you, when we connected, we've been rocking ever since. The support. We got you 1,000. We have your back. You support us as well, and that's what it's all about. You meet. One thing I can say that's great about social media. You meet some very, very. You meet some weirdos too, but we definitely meet some amazing people that we probably wouldn't have never been able to meet without social media being connected to the world. So definitely shout out to social media for the connections that we've been blessed to be able to make with these amazing people.
It's a great way to connect, and it's a great way to bring people together and do good. We just have to keep that mindset and continue to do good with it.
Right. One thing that we don't know. Tell us one thing we don't know about Alexa.
Well, I covered that I'm a huge science nerd, huge foodie. I don't know. It's a ton of other things. I just can't really think of much. You guys know me. You have my social media.
I love it. Look, let's put those social platforms out there in ways that people can actually connect with you. Like you right now is streaming on all music platforms right now. So people, you don't have no excuse. If you have not streamed the song, please go and connect and stream the song. It is on all music platforms, as well as you can go and run it up and request that thing on the Vibe Show 97.9 right now. Request that thing, request that thing, request. We want to run it up. Let's put those social platforms out there.
Oh, on my Instagram, it is Alexa_Abraxas, Abraxas. On the platforms, it's Spotify, Alexa Abraxas, Apple Music, YouTube.
All platforms. She's
All
on everything.
platforms.
That's right.
Alexa, yep, Alexa
Y'all
Abraxas.
make sure y'all get connected. What can we look forward to? I know we got Insecure coming up. We got Insecure coming up. We got Perfect. That's going to be in the works. What else? What else can we look forward to?
You can look forward to Red Flags within the next couple of
Red
months.
Flags as well.
Will be out next week on all streaming platforms.
And the Vibe Show 97.9, we will have these exclusives before anybody else have them. So,
Correct.
you know, you guys make sure y'all stay locked and tuned in, because we connected, we plugged in there like that. We got the juice like this. So we're going to have Lexa going to personally send us these with the radio tags and everything on them already, letting them know that this thing is getting ready. We finna blow. We're going to run it up for you.
Yep,
Tell you
and you're going
right
to definitely want to hear Insecure. It's definitely a vibe song. It's definitely getting into the emotion. It's definitely blues, R&B feel. So get into it.
Yes, indeed. I'm super excited. Now, in closing, you know, it's been a lot going on over the past year and something, and still going on right now. So much stuff. And a lot of people have lost loved ones. You know, a lot of people lost jobs, lost their homes, you know, lost a lot. And lost. COVID is going on. You know, if you could leave some warm words of inspiration for anybody that may be in a low space right now, that may be feeling like just giving up, and the world and the weight is on their shoulders and they just can't go anymore. Can you give them some words of encouragement and inspiration to
100%.
continue to keep going?
Over the past year, we've lost a lot. Like you said, we've lost friends, families, jobs. Another big thing we've lost is hope. Hope for future, hope for ourselves, hope for our family. And it's a struggle sometimes to wonder if the world's going to get back to a normal place. And even if it's just personal struggles that you're dealing with, we all go through it. We all deal with it. We all have to progress, and we all have to believe that tomorrow is a new day. And just the very fact that you can wake up with a breath of fresh air in your lungs is one of the best gifts you can have, because so many don't have that. So many don't wake up. So many don't have the opportunity to breathe, to progress, to plan for their future. So I know it's hard, and I know we hurt a lot, but you have to believe that things will get better, and you have to apply yourself and put in the effort for your future.
Wow. Listen, that one got me. I really appreciate that. From me and the Vibe team, Vibe Promotions, we want to thank you so much for this amazing opportunity. And we want to wish you more blessings and more success with everything that you're doing right now and everything that you're going to be doing in the future. We love you, and we got you back 1,000. We can't wait to get you back on here again.
I love you guys so much, and thank you so much for having me. I look forward to seeing and speaking with y'all soon.
Absolutely. Let's give some shout outs to a few people that actually pulled up. They rolled with us. Shout out to Mr. Lawton TV. They showed major love tonight. Shout out to Vibe Show Casper. Shout out to I Am Love. Shout out to the Decipher channel. And everybody else that jumped on the live, that came in and showed my special guest so much love. I just want to thank y'all so much. Y'all make sure that y'all be on the lookout for, definitely for Insecure is coming. That's let's put them dates out there again, because I want everybody to be tapped in and know when they're coming to be expecting and
It'll
looking.
be out the first week of October.
First week of October.
Like literally within the first couple of days. It's not an official date yet, but within the next week.
And we got Red Flags that's going to be following that.
Yep, that'll be out in November.
Wow. Big thanks. Poppin'. Let's put the social platforms out there one more time so they can resonate.
Yep, you guys can listen on my music on Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube, and if you are happy to follow me on social media, I'm always giving motivational speeches and helping boost my friends and followers. My Instagram is Alexa_Abraxas.
Absolutely. It's the Vibe Show 97.9 with my special guest, the very lovely Alexa Abraxas. We love y'all. Y'all make sure that y'all stay safe. If y'all moving around out there, y'all already know it's serious. People are losing their lives. Make sure that you protect yourself. Keep your hands clean.
Wear your mask.
But most importantly, continue. Absolutely. Continue to live life. Love people. Let's spread that love some more. It's the Vibe Show 97.9. Me and Alexa, we out. We love y'all.
Bye.